Hi, I'm Remy. I work at a tech startup and today's my wedding day with Sophia, the pediatric nurse I met 2 years ago. Did you confirm the venue payment? Sophia asked while getting her makeup done. I checked my phone and froze. My accounts are empty and locked. I called the bank immediately, panic rising. A family financial hold was placed on your accounts yesterday, Mr. Lawrence. Your father, Victor Lawrence, utilized his power of attorney citing suspected fraud. That power of attorney was for when I studied abroad. I revoked it. The documents show as active. We need a court order to unlock anything. My calls to my parents went unanswered until my mother, Eleanor, finally picked up. Remy, we're protecting you from a terrible mistake. That girl is clearly after your inheritance. She doesn't even know about any inheritance. You can't do this. We certainly can. Your father made sure of it. Cancel this ridiculous wedding and come home. I hung up, shaking with rage. Sophia appeared in the doorway. What's happening? My parents froze my accounts to stop our wedding. Her face hardened. They've never thought I was good enough. My best man Marcus shook his head. I warned you they'd pull something. They threatened this at your engagement party. My parents had always planned my life. Prestigious college, corporate law career, marriage to some country club heiress. Instead, I chose engineering and fell for Sophia, who came from a middle-class family. The venue needs confirmation within the hour, Marcus said, checking his watch. Sophia squeezed my hand. We could postpone. No, they win if we postpone. They think they control me with money. My phone buzzed with a text from my sister Vanessa. Heard what Mom and Dad did. Don't worry, I've got you covered. Check your email. Vanessa had transferred enough money to cover expenses into Sophia's account. Your sister is amazing, Sophia said, relieved. This gets us through today at least, I replied, determination setting in. An hour later, watching Sophia walk down the aisle, I knew we'd made the right choice. My parents' empty seats didn't matter. What mattered was starting our life together, on our terms. And someday, they'd regret what they'd done. I'd make sure of it. Our honeymoon bubble burst when Sophia and I returned home to find past due notices on our door and my phone blowing up with creditor alerts. They canceled all your automatic payments too, Sophia said, sorting through bills. Your credit score's toast. Time to confront them face to face. We drove to my parents' mansion where the maid nearly turned us away until Victor's voice called out, "Let him in." My son finally came to his senses. Victor sat behind his desk while Eleanor sipped a midday martini on the sofa. Tropical fantasy over? Ready to fix your mistake? Victor smirked. The mistake was thinking you'd respect my choices. How did you freeze my accounts after I revoked that power of attorney? Eleanor waved dismissively. Your signature isn't hard to replicate, darling. We've been signing your form since you were 10. You forged my signature? That's fraud. It's family protection, Victor countered. That nurse has been digging her claws into you. Sophia stepped forward. I have my own money. I don't need his. Not enough for a Lawrence lifestyle, Eleanor sniffed. We came for you to unfreeze my accounts, not debate my marriage. Victor leaned back. Simple. Annul this farce. Everything returns to normal. Not happening. I could press charges for fraud. With what money for lawyers? Eleanor laughed. The next day I met Marcus at his bank office. He'd been my friend since childhood and now specialized in financial crimes. What they did is totally illegal, Marcus said, reviewing my documents. The power of attorney they filed last month has a sketchy notary stamp. Can you help fight this? Got better news. My cousin Daniela, the lawyer, found something about your parents. Marcus showed me a screen. They're finalizing paperwork for Sunset Gardens. That exclusive retirement community? They're only in their 60s. It's about status, not age. There's a 10-year waiting list, but they got fast-tracked because of their connections. I scrolled through the application. Why does this matter? Check page 12, the family responsibility section. My eyes widened reading. Applicant must provide verification of family support, including designated emergency contacts and financial guarantors who must co-sign agreements. They need me as guarantor, I asked. Exactly. And Sunset Gardens does extensive background checks on the entire family. Any hint of financial impropriety or family discord, they'd reject the application, I realized, a plan forming. They messed with your wedding, Marcus grinned. Maybe it's time you messed with their retirement. I met my sister Vanessa at her downtown office. Unlike me, she played along with our parents' expectations, at least on the surface. As CFO of an investment firm, she embodied the success Victor and Eleanor wanted. You look like hell, little brother, Vanessa said, closing her door. That's what financial ruin does to a guy. They really crossed the line this time. She handed me a thick folder. You should see these. I flipped through documents with forged signatures. They've been doing this for years. Since you turned 18, skimming from your trust fund, moving money, taking out credit cards in your name. Why didn't you tell me? I only discovered it recently while reviewing family holdings. And Sunset Gardens? You knew about that? It's their obsession, where all their friends are headed. They've been planning this for years, selling assets, restructuring everything. My phone buzzed. Brought in Daniela. Meet at Riverside Cafe in 30. Got plans. At the cafe, Daniela was reviewing documents, legal pad covered in notes. Your parents really messed up, forging signatures, falsifying documents. We're talking felonies. I don't want them in jail, just my money back and them out of my life. Jail's not the play, Marcus said. Social humiliation hits harder. Daniela nodded. First, we file for an emergency injunction to unfreeze your accounts, then submit evidence of forgery to the bank's fraud department. Won't that trigger criminal investigation? Not if we position it as a family misunderstanding. The bank just wants clean paperwork. Marcus leaned forward. Meanwhile, my contact at Sunset Gardens says the admissions committee meets next week. What about an anonymous tip about financial impropriety? Vanessa suggested. Better yet, Daniela countered. We submit guarantor forms with special conditions, family counseling requirements, financial transparency, quarterly behavior reviews. They'd never agree, Vanessa said. Exactly. But Sunset Gardens just sees a concerned family member questioning financial stability. So we're making it impossible for them to proceed without acknowledging what they did. 3 days later, Daniela filed the injunction. My accounts were temporarily unfrozen pending investigation. Your parents called the bank 8 times yesterday, Marcus reported. They're panicking because Sunset Gardens is asking about family discord and financial irregularities. The admissions director contacted me directly, I said, showing the email. They need my statement of family support as guarantor. Vanessa laughed. Perfect timing. Mom just texted that they're hosting the Sunset Gardens board tomorrow night. What did you tell the director? Daniela asked. That I'd provide a complete family financial history and documentation about some concerning patterns. They're going to lose their minds, Vanessa said. Good. Let them feel what it's like having plans derailed by someone else. 2 weeks later, my phone exploded with notifications. 3 missed calls from Victor, 5 from Eleanor, and texts from Vanessa. They got rejected from Sunset Gardens. Mom's having a meltdown. It worked, I told Sophia, showing her the texts. Are you going over there? Not alone. I called Daniela and Marcus. When we arrived, Eleanor's voice carried from the driveway. I don't care what it takes. Get the board on the phone now. Inside, papers scattered everywhere, Victor pacing, Eleanor berating someone on her phone. What did you do? Victor demanded. Just provided financial context to the committee. Full disclosure. Eleanor slammed down her phone. We've lost our spot. There's a 10-year waiting list. Kind of like how I lost access to my money on my wedding day? Victor's face reddened. That was different. We were protecting you. By committing fraud? Forging my signature? Stealing from my trust fund? Their faces went pale. I showed him everything, Vanessa said, entering from the kitchen. All the documents, all the transfers. You ungrateful children, Victor sputtered. You've been manipulating us our entire lives. We can still press charges against your nurse for coercion. Actually, Daniela interrupted, I've prepared documentation for the DA showing systematic financial fraud spanning nearly a decade. Felony charges. You wouldn't dare, Victor growled. Try me. The doorbell rang. Eleanor peeked through curtains and gasped. It's the Whitfields and Prestons. Early for bridge club. Your Sunset Gardens friends? Vanessa asked innocently. Should be an interesting conversation. What do you want? Victor whispered urgently. Full financial separation, my trust fund, signed affidavits admitting forgery, and a legal agreement to stay out of my life. After a tense minute, Victor nodded. A month later, Sophia and I were finalizing our new house purchase when my parents showed up unannounced. We've been soul-searching, Eleanor said, looking humble. We made terrible mistakes, but we're still your parents. We brought a peace offering. Eleanor held out a small box. Let me guess, keys to another retirement community? With me as guarantor? No, it's just, save it. You're not here because you're sorry. You're here because your friends are asking questions. That's not fair, Eleanor protested. We love you. You love controlling me. There's a difference. Please, Remy, Victor's voice cracked. We don't want to lose you. You already did, on my wedding day. After they left, Sophia hugged me. You okay? Better than okay. For the first time, I feel free. 6 months later, we hosted a housewarming. Vanessa brought her boyfriend Marcus and Daniela came with wine, and Sophia's family filled our backyard with laughter. Heard from your parents? Marcus asked. Vanessa says they downsized to a condo. Most friends ghosted them after the Sunset Gardens thing. Any regrets? I looked at Sophia laughing with her mom at the home we'd built together. Not a single one. What would you have done if you were Remy? Would you have forgiven your parents after their apology attempt, or was he right to completely cut them off after their manipulation? If you enjoyed this revenge story about standing up to controlling parents, hit the like button and subscribe for more captivating stories that explore complex family dynamics. Share your own experiences with setting boundaries in the comments below.